And welcome back to the Games Gamers. Really exciting leaked footage here of Terra. We're going to actually see Terra firsthand, the way that it's mapped out and modeled. Terra being the crowning jewel, quote unquote, of the UEE in the direction of New Earth, being larger than the Earth. There's a lot of lore behind the decision making that Terra has made versus what Earth has made, and there's some tension between the two planets. Without any further ado, we're going to get into our live discussion with one of our very own gamers. We have a very special episode here. I'm here with my special VIP guest commentator that you'll see on a lot of our Star Citizen videos. His name is Matt. Hello, Matt. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm enjoying this nice little model you're showing me of Terra here.
Yes. I got a tip from a guy named Matthew. And thank you for this. No relation. And he said, hey, have you checked this leaked information out? And I went and I investigated a little bit, because you never know, what to expect. It could have been some, complete fake, but this looks like it has a lot of detail on it. And I kind of wanted to walk through and do like a little bit of walkthrough on it, because I thought it was pretty fascinating. I also confirmed it with PC Gamer. And it says dataminer discovers a full-size city in the Star Citizen code. How they went about extracting the data, or exactly where they found the file at, I'm not quite sure. Are you?
No, man. I don't know. I wonder if they actually, if it's leaked on purpose, because it's very good advertising for them, to be honest.
Completely. I looked at PC Gamer had an article on it. Eurogamer had an article. PC Invasion. You got some legitimate reporting websites that had put this on there, and basically just said, labeled this guy as a data miner, and he found it in the code and released it. Now, I'm kind of with you, Matt.
It's like the forbidden fruit. If they release it, then it's like, oh, it's just another video. But if they're like, no one's supposed to see this, then like everyone has to look, because
right. All right, so I'm going to put this in full screen, Matt, here, and I've given Matt the website so he can check it out as we go here. This guy did a wonderful job at, I looked at the raw base data file, and it was really bad. So he actually went in and kind of spruced it up a bit. But this looks absolutely huge and amazing to me. What do you think as far as look at all the look at the city and look at the buildings. Do you think we're actually going to be able to walk around all of this?
There's some of these, like there's this one iconic tower, if you want to
right
and look at it.
I'm
quite sure that we'll be able to explore this.
In some level I'm looking at the top of it. I'm looking at the top of it now, and it looks like
there's also, if you go to 6, there's like a guy standing there.
Yes.
And you can go inside.
Wow. Let me look at this here.
It's kind of hard to control, but
oh wow.
And so if there's already some inside stuff, I would assume we can go inside that for sure.
Yeah, that'll be something we'll be able to go. And they're calling that the Terra Tower Atrium. They compress the insides of it. I'm actually inside a little bit. It's still a little bit sketchy. But I love the tools within this. But this is a very large phallic tower. It's almost like, look at how big I am. Like Terra seems like they're bragging a little bit.
It fits completely with the whole lore of what Terra's all about, So
yes, like we're better than Earth. We're the new Earth, and we're much better than Earth, because Earth has now become like a complete dump, completely mined out, and Terra is like this paradise. You can see like a monorail, which looks really cool.
Yeah,
that looks awesome.
It looks incomplete. I'm actually looking at these roads, and if you notice, they go to these bridges that are these curved. They look like they're maybe glass or something. But that's making me think like they don't really use cars here. Like not so much.
Maybe like there's a lot of walking going on. I don't know, but they probably couldn't model the cars, and there has to be some type of transportation. When you go to, when you're in Ark, you see a lot of ships flying above. So
right.
But if you look at the actual detail in the city, like even the little block city, like the smaller buildings, it almost looks like there's like little walkways. So I'm wondering just how much of this is going to be used. I think, upon initial release, which might not be that far off if this is getting, leaked, quote unquote leaked, this might not be that far off from something that we're going to be able to play like stage by stage as they build it. Although there's certain sections of Arc that still need redone, so I'm not getting too, I'm not building up too much hype here because this could still be a long way away. But there's some great tools within this suite where you can actually use a VR headset. Apologies, I don't have the VR headset. You guys can donate to my Patreon page and
right, yeah,
get the VR headset for you guys. But what do you think about how this space is going to be used? Like, how much of this is going to be like just walk around, and how much of this is just for eye candy? Like, what do you think?
I mean, it's really hard to say. I think one of the reasons, like, if we go off the assumption that they did release this, like, leak it on purpose, it may be. I don't know that it's close by that we're going to be able to walk around this, because we haven't been able to walk around and see a Bengal or anything yet.
Right, true.
But this may be a way to show us something as a leak, and then be like, it's going to be a while though.
Right. Like, look how amazing this is. Wait for 3 or 4 more months till we.
As far as
there's a landing pad at 8. Did you see the landing pad? That's really cool.
Did not. I'm not gonna look at it.
There's a landing pad area towards the back section here. Landing zone. That's cool.
Oh, I hit space and it like zooms you way out.
I also read a little blurb that said they were actually going to be implementing 40 landing spaces for Terra. I don't know if that's true or not. But you would imagine a city this big, this large, would have to have a lot of landing zones.
Well, then my answer to your question is going to change a little. I was going to say I don't think a lot of this is going to be traversable.
But after hearing
that
little blurb,
maybe 40, I mean, I'm looking. And how many little numbers do they have here? Like 10, 11?
Yeah. I mean, look how. I mean, like, the points of interest are all over the place.
Yeah. So
what's this 2 over here?
They are concentrated a lot over here at this port.
Where are you at? Which number?
10.
10?
There's like
There's
like 4 numbers over here, really close.
Yes.
So I'm assuming this will be like this, and then the little bridge over to the Terra Tower or whatever will be. Like, I don't know, a hotspot of some kind. I don't know what.
Right, like up towards the front where we see this bay area is probably going to be like a lot of playable area, I would imagine. Right. But stretching back, like I just think to myself, like, wow, like, that's a lot of space. There's a lot of people who want their own kind of living spaces, very similar to like a GTA 5 where you got your own like apartment, but I don't think that is planned to be in the game. Definitely not now. But something like this is something I would love to live in, a space like this. This would be so cool, using this as like your home port and just being like, I'm back home, and just like landing on Terra, chilling out in like one of your high-rise apartments would be like pretty swag.
Right, and the other thing I was thinking, in the economics video, we talked a lot about being able to own a shop, and you see near the Terra Tower, like these houses, and like you can tell like it's different kinds of buildings. Like there's some that like this looks like a more like industrial or business area. I mean, there's nothing
economic hub, man. Yeah. I mean, like it's very rich looking. You're right.
And
like if there were to be shops, there's enough space here. Like, where a lot of people were like, oh, there's not going to be enough space, or it's going to be too far back or too far away. This city almost is designed in a manner and such that where, like, if you had a shop anywhere around the tower or in the city towards the dock, or hell, even towards the back section, like if they use them as living areas, like, you would definitely have some foot traffic around this area.
And I think the transportation, I would think anywhere that this monorail goes, you should be able to go, because otherwise, why would you have it there?
That's true.
And it spans a lot, and I think that the transportation is going to be like, there's going to be rails, but I think there's then also going to be, like you say, like little shuttlecrafts, like flying you around and stuff. And
right.
Because I'm thinking, like, if I had to walk across this town, like, that seems absurd, but it's like walking across the city.
Oh, exactly. It would take forever. Right.
But with this monorail and with, any kind of little shuttles, and what the other thing is, with this port being a hotspot, I'm wondering if we're going to see some kind of water vehicles, or like an underwater sub or something.
I hope so. Cause like this looks like a big water port. Yeah, exactly. You would imagine there'd have to be some type of vehicles. Let's not go too hokey on the boats, man. I hope they like design some really cool like boats. And then how cool would that be is if you can actually like, you know, charter your own boat. I know that's way out. We're talking like way out here, but we do that. We like to talk about like concepts because, you know, we want to see that in the game. But like, how cool would that, like, you know, like since a lot of the planet is procedurally generated, like if you can actually go from Terra, get a boat and just like go out, do a little bit of exploring on the planet would be really awesome. Have like a nice vacation day with like the organization mates on a boat.
Yeah. I'm noticing just now, like the Terra Tower is actually kind of like a little island.
Like, oh, I see that.
Like water comes over to it, and so I'm wondering if there's going to be like a little tour boat, like go around.
How cool, man! Yeah, I just noticed that there's a little canal from the ocean going through, and then there's like a really cool island. That's it's very
New York like actually, because like this whole city part's an island.
Right.
I'm looking at this correctly.
It does. It has a very New York flavor to it. But very updated and really slick, like really nice design. I really like the way they plan the city out. I think city planning is really important, especially if you're talking about, you know, gameplay within it and like economic mechanics. It's important that it's not so spread out that, see, the monorails even go back into like what looks like a living area, like the burbs. It looks like little small houses back here.
Yeah.
You know, like, and the monorails go all the way back into these like little, I mean, they're not well done. Like once he got back here, it looks like he kind of just left a lot of these cubes unedited, you know, in its raw format. But it looks to me like these are almost like living domiciles or something back towards the back end. And there's a small city to the right of it, and then another landing tower over here at 8, and more living spaces. Or you know, again, this is all just kind of like we're talking theory craft here, people. So like, you know, don't get. But I would love to see comments below as to what people think as to what we're talking about. Well, and then what are these over here? Look at this. Is that like an arena or something over here? If you go back here, Matt, to where that 2 is, and then there's like a smaller sky rise with like 4 small, round, cylindrical black.
Well, I actually think what's going on there, like this area, if you look at it, I think this is the more industrial area. Like I'm assuming that's some sort of power plant.
That would make sense.
Because if it's not, like, where does this city get its power? The other thing is
getting all the power from.
There's this white circle thing on the center of the like center island thing, but that seems a bit small, like for a power plant. Because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking straight up like this looks like Sim City to me. And so I'm thinking, you know, like there's I'm starting to look for stuff like where's the power plant, you know, where's the different parts. And so I think that these circle things is some sort of power, like what kind of power, who knows, you know.
Right.
What I'm really curious about is you've got 2 and 4 like as landmarks, but what are they? Like
it looks like they're like reference points from past pictures of Terra, because they had something back on Across the Verse or Around the Verse way back, I mean about a year or 2 ago, and they leaked a little bit of footage of Terra, and I think he's using those as like reference points for, you know, those videos that came out and comparing them to the data that he found. But
I got, because if you click on them it says like go to reference. I haven't done that, but like you click on it and it's like reference picture.
Right. So we have the link down below for everybody to check out. You guys can check out the link. It's pretty intensive. It'll load for you. If you have a VR set, you're really lucky. And they've got 2 different modes of transportation down here where you can either use navigation as orbit or first person. And as first person, it looks as if you can just use your keyboard and really get down into it.
Yeah, first person I like a lot better.
You like the first person?
Yeah, because you can get in close. Like that's how I was able to find that tower.
Yeah, very cool. I'm going to take the walking speed down here a little bit. But the scope of this is huge. I mean, like if you imagine this is all to scale, and you're a citizen, you are like, this is huge, man. This is huge. You know, like imagine your citizen body down in that and then looking at everything. I mean, you can do it. You can do it with this. If you go first person, you can kind of like get down in it and get an idea of just how massive this is going to be, you know? I mean, now, even on the slowest walk, I'm kind of like moving pretty fast. But like if you're a citizen and you're walking or you're running, it's going to take some time. And I think that was a smart comment. Like, you know, those monorails are probably going to be the major means of transportation to get you to different
I mean, it's like the subway
areas.
In New York. I mean,
right.
seems very heavily modeled.
This is very metropolitan New York, but like this is like New York in you know.
Yeah, like this is the better,
a millennia from now. Yeah, right. Without the rats.
Yeah, without the rats.
Yeah, the size of dogs.
Issues.
Right.
Hey,
they finally got rid of the rats.
I have a question, and if you don't want to,
sure.
I don't want to give you more work. And if you don't want to do this, just like edit out my voice and like
okay
music or something. But how about like if you did like a poll? Because you know there's the whole like Terra versus Earth like political thing, and I'm really curious to know,
yes.
like, where do people stand? Because like I tend to like Terra, and I like the little cause and like their arguments and stuff. But you know I'm just curious like what other people think on that, or just comment below like what do you Team Terra or Team Earth?
That's good. That's a good poll. We'll put the poll down below. You guys click it. And let us know if you're Team Terra or Team Earth. That's a very cool poll. I dig that one, Matt. That's awesome. All right, guys. So go ahead, check the link down below, and have some fun here. This is relatively new information. I mean, this was leaked about 3 days ago. I have not seen any other YouTube content creators come out with anything like this, and that's what we like to do here. Is we always like to put different content out on the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you, Matt, for joining us here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We really was fun, man. We had a good time with you, and it's always nice to talk with gamers in our community. That's what we do here. And if you guys are interested in it, then please, you know, just contact me. Say, hey, I want to be in a future, you know, discussion. We always have them. You know, if you look at past videos, we had discussions with Ray and Blaine on different types of aspects within Star Citizen on big concepts. And so just get a hold of me on Steam or get a hold of me on Facebook. Again, thanks to Matthew for giving me this tip. We appreciate it. And I am, you know, I was just getting over the hype of seeing all the in-game footage from around the verse with the derelict, you know, Starfarer, and I was like just starting to buzz down from it. And then I saw this, and I'm like, I'm all geeked back up again, man. So thanks for watching. See you on the next vid, Star Citizens and gamers.
Awesome.